criminal defense attorney Brad Conway joins us from Orlando. He is right there outside the courthouse. He is George and Cindy's attorney, her mom and dad, and also represents Corey Rist, who is one of Tiger Woods' alleged mistresses. Hey, Dave, great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Brad, now let me just ask you, we learned a little bit today about the money that Casey Anthony had. It seems to be around $275,000. What kind of stunned me was that $200,000 of that money came from ABC. What do you know about why this money was paid to her?
The licensing fee is where the $200,000 came from ABC, and the licensing fee for various photographs and videotape that we see on TV of Caylee and the family together.
Okay, so that's for all the photographs. Is there any sense here, and I know that this was talked about in court, is there any sense that she would have any other revenue stream? Because I guess the theory would be if she could get that kind of money from ABC, maybe she could get money from other sources.
At this point, the answer is no. Nobody knows that for sure, but Mr. Baez has gone in camera with the judge and taken Casey with him, and the judge is, to point, satisfied that there are no other deals and there is no money forthcoming.
Okay. Brad, talk to me about the film deals and the book deals. We heard Cheney Mason ask the lawyers about whether or not those had been offered. We heard Jose Baez talk about how he had been approached. Have George or Cindy or Casey been approached about these kinds of deals?
You know, it's an interesting point because up until the Anthony's house went into foreclosure, everybody speculated that the Anthony's were making a lot of money doing interviews. There was a book deal, film deals, et cetera, et cetera. That's not true. Their house would not be in foreclosure if they were getting paid for interviews, if there were a book deal, if there were a movie deal. So the Anthony's haven't received that, and as far as I know, neither has their daughter Casey.
Okay, and do you know anything, and I'm just going to ask the question, maybe you know about it. You're talking about $200,000 from ABC, a total of $275,000. Do you know anything about the other sources?
I do not know anything about the other sources. I know only of the ABC licensing fee.
Okay, just figured I'd ask. Now talk to me about George and Cindy, what they're going through. Have they been talking to Casey? I know it's been tough on them, and they're a little bit reluctant to visit her in jail because some of that's videotaped. Those visits are recorded. But have they been talking to Casey, and what have they been going through?
They are only able to mail letters back and forth. And of course they want to see her, and Casey wants to see her parents. Probably the next move would be for me to submit a motion to the court asking the court to seal any video or audio tape visits that take place, to seal those until a certain time and date, let's say the beginning of trial or the end of trial. The prior motion that was filed in regard to visitation with Casey and her parents asked that those tapes be destroyed. No judge is going to do that under the Sunshine Law in the state of Florida. Those tapes need to be preserved and then released to the public at a time when the judge would deem appropriate.
Okay. Brad, I have one more question for you. There have been some stories going around about George Anthony possibly being involved with another woman, this woman possibly being somehow associated with the search for Caylee Anthony. Can you let us know what's happening with that? If you can verify any of this information, or what's the deal?
Well, the investigators are, of course, taking it seriously. Anytime somebody comes forward making the allegation that a defendant made an admission or somebody knows that certain facts apply to this case, they're going to investigate it, and they should, and they did it fully, and they're doing it. It's an ongoing investigation. I will say George did not ever tell River Cruz that he knew what happened and that this was an accident and it snowballed out of control. And if you think about it, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit into the defense theory, who says that their client is innocent, and of course she's presumed innocent under our Constitution. But it also doesn't fit the state's theory, which is premeditated first-degree murder. So he didn't say it. It didn't happen. These ladies have made various claims that are not credible. And in doing my own background check on them, they have a criminal history, the various aliases. It actually took me a couple days to narrow down their real names.
Wow. All right, Brad Conway, great to have you with us. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again soon as this case progresses.
Thank you very much. Good seeing you.